Hello and welcome any and all Gemini placements. This is going to be a collective reading for all Gemini placements or signs, wherever it may be in your chart, if you understand your birth chart. And, excuse me, we're going to get right into this. Excuse me if I do not interact with the chat, but I see the jar. I see your jars. I raise you a mug of coffee. We are going to get into a general past, present, future spread here, and always remember to take what resonates, leave what doesn't. This is for a collective of people, so if things don't resonate, just be like, oh, that could be for somebody else. Like, literally just take it as that. If you're, like, trying your best to be like, oh, that's not for me, but what if it is? Literally tell yourself, it literally could be for, like, another person watching this. It helps kind of truly, like, step away and, like, take yourself out of delulu, you know? You know? Also, I know Bark and I aren't friends anymore, but I hope that they're doing good, because I don't wish ill will on anyone in the sense of, like, no die. No die. You watching? No die. No die in Minecraft. I drag your pixels back into your Steve-ass character. And you stay. Life is precious.
No unalignment.
Dragging your soul back into this reality.
Cringe.
Based.
Dying in
It's terror readings based. Gemini can be a little chaotic. We had a chaotic reading last night because we had the Libra screaming during the Libra reading, which I thought was amazing. When I ended the reading, Bianca screamed.
That's fine.
And when I was literally in my head thinking of, damn, Libra must be terrified. As I'm saying that, she screams.
Yeah, tracks.
Like, I was like, they must be terrified of loving themselves. And then she screams, like, bloody murder, which made it, like, 10 times funnier. Of, like, love yourself. Oh, my God. This fucking shit is crazy.
She was just playing Far Cry.
She was. I gave context. It's very funny. It's a little bit of a jump scare, but I kind of like just going with whatever happens. I like it because I want these readings to feel human, in a sense, not just I'm saying the same old thing I said to the other people, and I'm sworn to carry your burdens. That's what my voice was sounding like. So, Gemini. There's no one way to read tarot, if anyone is unsure of, like, how this is supposed to go. If you see things go off the rails, it's okay. As long as my focus gets back into it and we're literally, like, still on the rails, we just took a little fun detour to see a site. It's fine. It's not like we're completely, like, gone from our destination. Is it really about the destination? Is it really about the destination here? So, let's get a clear, honest message for all Gemini placements. Please and thank you. We're getting into a modified 9-card, like, past, present, future spread. If you are familiar with a past, present, and future spread, it usually requires multiples of, like, 3 cards for past, present, and future. So we are going to pull 3 cards from this deck, and each of those 3 cards are going to get 3 cards each. And it's going to add up to about 12 cards, so it's kind of a modified past, present, future thing I, like, came up with that just felt easy and felt like it made the most sense to me. When you are reading tarot, it's something you find just as you go. Like, I don't even know if I'll stick with this forever. I like it right now. It may be my thing, but who knows? Let's see. Let's get some rocks. These rocks help. Don't ask me how. And just know. Okay. What does Gemini need to hear for their highest good? Gemini. We're working with the Tarot Abyss and the Tarot of the Divine. Ace of Wands out here to start. Queen of Pentacles. I'm so happy I picked this deck. Oh, I forgot the Queen of Pentacles is such beautiful symbolism. It's like, this is how I see the Queen of Pentacles, like, forever. I'm just gonna let y'all look at it. Like, you don't even need to know what the Queen of Pentacles is as a card. You just need to see this. This is the Queen of Pentacles as a card. The pentacle is a seed, essentially, that is planted. But what is that right there? Is there a key you had to unlock something this whole time? To unlock a power deeply rooted within you? Or a powerful manifestation that you've grown. And a manifestation could literally be like a plant that you're growing, like manifesting into reality because you're giving it water, just growing it, nurturing it, giving birth to something, like literally, figuratively or literally. And I'm just thinking about how Bianca kind of crosses those lines when it comes to her children.
What about her children? Are you talking about her children?
Her children that she totally birthed.
Don't forget, she has the most beautiful children in the world.
Oh yes, the most beautiful children in the world. The cat that was on my stream earlier, I know the YouTube video didn't see it, but it's probably in my other videos. There's some cats lurking about. Yeah, no, she birthed them. Mm-hmm. She held them in her belly for 9 months. Those were her children.
Don't forget, she also delivered Yuna for an 8-hour delivery.
Oh yeah, an 8-hour delivery. They had to drive 8 hours.
An 8-hour delivery.
Exactly. I see. Ew. I know. Sorry. Speaking of cats, I think there's one on the loose. Only a very, like, specific collective group of people are gonna know what I mean when I say that there's a cat on the loose. What do you mean? What are you thinking of?
Don't sweat it.
Okay. I'm thinking of a deity. Just to clarify. I'm curious of what you were thinking.
I'll explain later. I'll explain when you're older.
That's just mean.
The fact that I said it, but the fact that you're older than me and I said it.
Both. God damn it. I really want to talk about what I'm seeing in the cards, but there's something with this future energy that's like... There's something with this. Oh, okay. How do we talk about the future without talking about the future? Is when I'm trying to decipher and somewhat say that is the energy in this reading. To start off, we did get the Ace of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles out. Ace of Wands in the past energy, Queen of Pentacles in the present. And the fact that they're in reverse tells me that these are ideas that are like just brewing in your mind. They're not essentially fully like out there. You could be like putting work in and like creating things. Who knows? But there's something that I feel like extra that's being cultivated in your heart. And it's this desire to want more for yourself. To want more for what makes you like feel rebirthed in your own creativity. So I'm trying to like get this to focus again because there's a phoenix in this Ace of Wands card that is really pretty. Hold on. If I do that. Focus. Phoenix. I love the way this person's like holding the phoenix too. You see a lot for yourself and how you can truly become what you want to become and it not be like too much to handle. Like there's certain things and levels of success that I feel like people want, but they don't want it to like, no one wants to be crazy rich and famous because at some point that is just way too much to handle. And you want something to call home, but that doesn't have to be like within a person or like people necessarily. This Pentacles and Wand energy feels a lot of like way of being and a place and how you maintain the like energy and the environment or the vibe in this place. If it's literally your home or a metaphorical home you want to create for not only yourself but people of like mind. And I think something about Geminis right now are there's a lot of energy being played out of there's a lot of energy being played out of you you desire this home not only for yourself and other people because you've seen both sides of things. That's the energy that's playing out right now. I think I don't follow the astrology. I try to, but it's very hard to keep up with, especially when you don't know all of the terminology like to a T. So there's certain things that when I read tarot, I'm like, this is collective energy. Like I can just tell like everyone's going through this, seeing both sides of whatever it may be. And I feel like it could be both sides of ourselves, of our souls, of our selves in other people. And with Gemini, it feels that you want to provide a sense of structure for both parties, which is more or less a Libra thing sometimes, but you are an air sign, and listen, Gemini collectives, you can hold an embodiment of different energies that associate with various signs, but when I say Libra energy, I just mean the balance, like it's associated with the scales of justice, the balance, and understanding somebody is telling themselves where they can grow for themselves is how they can grow and help other people grow for themselves. But it's like what you're doing is almost creating this small community of inspiration, even if it's only amongst like you and your friends. Galaxy, you're adorable, and I thank you so much for supporting my stream. I quit my job recently, so I'm trying to do this full time, so I appreciate and very grateful for any and all support. Ace of Wands is so powerful in this reading because it's almost like where all of this energy is fueled from, and it feels so much of like in your gut, like, and this is a mix of like if anyone is familiar with the different chakras and the energy centers, there's 7 main ones, but there's like a bunch of energy centers in the body all at once. There's just main sections of like, there's the crown, your third eye, your throat, your heart, your solar plexus, which is in your stomach kind of area, which is where I'm feeling this energy. And then like right at your belly button, kind of like lower ab area, is your sacral chakra. Solar plexus is all about confidence. Sacral chakra is all about like it's about creativity and vitality. It's also about like passion and like intimacy, but like obviously it's not just like spicy stuff. It talks about how we can get intimate with our creativity, how we can get intimate with our way of being in life, in ourselves, and just life is so precious. Let's just try and enjoy and soak up every moment that we can. You may have to try on a different browser, or maybe if you're on mobile, I have a setting on my browser thing that says using like desktop mode or something like that. My love, would you know any reason why a single person is experiencing only the dono page to come up white and not showing anything?
If it's just coming up, it's not saying anything, it's just a pure white screen.
Yep.
Could still be loading.
And just taking 3 years?
Yep. Could be doing that. If it's not, like if your browser says the page is loaded and it's still white, I'd say try a different browser.
This time Galaxy's saying I see it trying to load is what they said.
Okay, then it's just taking its sweet time.
Sorry, this reading is very, very interesting because the energies that are coming out, when I was trying to get the future energy, it was like nothing was coming out, and I was getting this energy of like, we don't need all those cards like that. We can do it a different way. And as soon as I stopped, like, I couldn't help but feel this card on the bottom of the deck was like the last card. It's not the last card. I want to say it's the bottom of the deck energy, and I want to leave it out, but I'm not sure if... Do we want to shuffle for the... Not bottom of the deck, but the future card, or... I'll leave that out. I'm gonna leave it as bottom of the deck, but I think there's a future energy that wanted to come out. It's just this Knight of Cups was sitting in the future energy spot. You've set your sails a long time ago, and you've been on this path of living that life for yourself. Why is this card being able to focus so perfectly, and all the other cards couldn't focus? Once you set your sails, everything becomes clear. Apparently. My camera just loves this card. Like, look at how much I'm putting my face in the camera and it's still in focus. I never get this level of... See? See? The camera's fighting. Oh, there we go. There we go. Can we get it back? I don't know. Oh? I think clearly now. My camera's done doing its bullshit. Everything becomes clear once you set your sails for where you want to go. I feel like this is very symbolic of Jack Sparrow. Anytime someone wants to tell Jack Sparrow what to do or where to go, he's like, yeah, okay, about that. I'm gonna go get a jar of dirt. I don't know what you guys are doing. I'm gonna go do my thing. Ooh. Eight of Cups on the bottom of the deck is kind of sitting here like, you really wanted more for yourself and got more for yourself, but it's more in the sense of more in your heart space. We'll leave the Knight of Cups on as the bottom of the deck. Or, okay. Oh. Oh, I see. Okay. Five of Pentacles was that last card to come out. And I'm not sure which way it originally came out. I felt the need to put it in reverse, so we're just gonna go with the flow on that. And in your past energy, Ace of Wands. Present, Queen of Pentacles. Ace of Wands, this idea, you brewing up this idea, having a very fiery, passionate idea. Queen of Pentacles, brewing and cultivating this energy into like genuine reality, because that was the key the whole time to unlock this, like, oh, I could actually do this and build something off of it if I really like take my time to like work with this. And seeing how almost everything becomes clear, like how you didn't even know really how to set a sail, but you watched somebody do it 1,000 times before, so you're like, shit, it can't be that hard if I've like seen them do it a bunch. I just have never like pulled the rope before, so why not just try it myself and see what happens? And with that will come practice, and with practice becomes you are able to do that thing that you desire more thoroughly, efficiently, with more skill, talent, quickness, whatever you're trying to accomplish, because it could be as small as, because collective energy is really hard to pick up on. A lot of people have a lot of big dreams and ideas. A lot of people just have, I just want to start like drinking water more, like just the simplest thing. And there's nothing wrong with starting small. It's more of making a plan and going with it day by day. Just roll with it. And not every day is going to be the best day. Every day can be a new day, but there is this sense of not giving up on yourself. And I don't think you're going to give up on yourself this time. This time feels different, is what I'm hearing. This time feels like we've completely gotten out of this age of strife, I want to say. Even if it is just mentally. I don't know what brave is. I don't know what what browser thing that is. What is it called? Not browser, not browser source. It's an OBS thing. Don't worry, Galaxy. I appreciate you wanting to support the channel. Ooh, I believe I do have like a PayPal or something. Or, I don't know if you have Cash App, because I have other ways, but it's fine. You don't gotta worry about it. Shuffle this deck really quick. This is one of the newer, tarot decks I've acquired recently. Tarot of the Divine. It depicts a bunch of different type of mythologies and across a bunch of different pantheons, and I feel like a lot of the stories in different mythologies can help us better understand certain like archetypes in humans and human nature and human beings, i.e. yourself. And I want to really get a good clarification on, we understand this Eight of Wands, or Ace of Wands, not Eight of Wands, Eight of Wands. What else is missing that is needing to be shed into the light? Because it's almost like this energy of these cards had a hard time focusing in the camera, and that card focused perfectly. And let's just test something really quick. Excuse me, I'm gonna be a little scientist. Ooh. Yo, what the fuck? What the fuck? I think they're in focus like here. Nothing. Nothing. I think I know what's missing. But I want the cards to see if I'm missing anything else. It's almost like an energy of instead of sitting there planning the whole time, you should just do what you set out to do. And who cares if you don't have a solid plan to start? Just start somewhere kind of energy, but more than just that. Seven of Pentacles or Seven of Coins coming out here. Ace of Wands, clarification, please. Oops, sorry. There's a card I think that was trying to come out, but... Seven of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, the Star card reversed. Clarifying the Ace of Wands. You have a card of new beginnings. It's just seeing like you planted some flowers and seeing the first flower bloom And you see all the other ones just about to bloom, but you see this one, oh, it's just starting to bloom, and all these little buds, they're almost there. And okay, well, the energy is, instead of just sitting there and watching them and being excited about it, go off and kind of do more things while these flowers bloom. It's like going off and riding that Knight of Wands kind of horse, or ram, as this person is riding that thing, and find your own way through this part of yourself that is a little hard to ignore and easy to ignore at times. It kind of depends. It's almost like when it comes up, you're like, oh fuck, well, now it's hard to ignore. But when you're in the moment, you don't really think of how much sitting there and planning something can waste a lot of time. And it's to say that maybe it's okay if you don't have a full plan. It's okay if you truly don't understand the whole plan, because the whole plan is to, I want to say, reach for the stars out here. In a metaphorical sense. Reach for the stars is reaching for your own dream. In what I'm picking up from the cards. 5 of Cups. 4 of Cups. 5 and 4 of Cups right next to each other? You don't want no bullshit anymore. I ain't never seen all these cards next to each other all at once. I have been reading since 2020. It is 2024, and you can't even do this on purpose. Because it's not all the cards of strife, hurt, pain, and suffering, and sadness. It's basically almost all of them. Except the one that's different is the 4 of Cups. But the 4 and the 5 coming out right next to each other is the part that's like, what the fuck? And we have 3, 4, 5. We have 5, 3, 4, 5 happening, numerology wise. You can't even... I can't even think of that. I'm trying to process it, and it's complicating my brain for all of the symbolism happening here. This was on the back of the deck, the bottom of the deck. The card after all of this hurt, pain, depression, anxiety, strife, sadness, bullshit is what I want to call it. Let's just kind of put these back in here really quick. You have the Chariot. You have the energy of not wanting, it's not a want to move forward. We need to. This is a need at this point, because that's how much it means to you. That's how much the life you want means to you. And the balance you desire create means to you. And some of you are almost saying, it's like, I don't want to fucking see my kids deal with this shit. Like, I get people gotta go through things to, you know, build character, but not like this, you know? Like, things could always be better. People are always gonna have hard times and have to accept certain things, but... there's like a feeling of there's no use in doing it like this. This isn't the way. Like, something feels like this isn't right, or not even like somebody's doing something wrong. It's just, no, like, you're not getting the whole picture, and it's causing you to make mistakes because you're not seeing the whole picture properly. And some people will sit there and be like, oh, the whole picture doesn't really matter that much. And it's like, well, you keep making this mistake, right? And they're like, yeah. And it's like, well, it's because you're not doing this thing that is within the whole picture that you're aware of, Gemini. And that person almost being like, oh, well, no, I mean, it could be that, but who really knows, kind of a thing. I don't really know. they just make some excuse of whatever it could have been, really, and it's like, well, alright. I'm gonna go do that for myself. If I can't change somebody's ways, who cares? Who gives a fuck? This Queen of Pentacles is like, alright, I'm gonna go fuck off and do my own thing over here. I have a dream, passion, and this random key I found that I was to some random time capsule I left myself 30 eons ago. 30,000 ideas ago. I had this one idea just buried, sitting there, and oh wait, actually something actually kind of like came from it. Brewed up from it. Queen of Pentacles. Five of Coins. The only other card I think that we were missing, or... No, we had 5, 4, 5. Yeah. This card came out twice. I'm pretty sure this card came out twice. This is the second time. None of that bullshit is coming with you. You said, I'm tired of being left out in the cold here, all by my lonesome. I only got this tiny little match to keep me warm. I can make a bonfire with this shit. If I had the tools, I'm gonna go just, you know what? This church won't let me in anyway, but I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna, you know, take a candle or two and go out to the woods and then chop some wood. Or like get some wood somewhere. You don't have to steal from the fucking church to do what you need to do. Do not condone stealing. It's just a metaphor of like, it may look a little unorthodox. Like, aren't there little sticks that you can get to, like, light prayer candles? Just light some prayer candles and, oh no, it's toasty over here. I hope I don't get all warm from the brisk cold of life out there. Hope I don't sit in here and I don't go to church on Sundays, but shit, these candles are warm and I'm cold. And almost enjoying life of, like, not giving a fuck if it's, shit, I may not vibe with this thing fully, but no one here is talking shit to my face and kicking me while I'm down, and it's warm and it's quiet. It's kind of nice. It's nice for a little bit. Five of Cups, Justice reversed. Both of those cards reversed. Five of Pentacles reversed, and the Justice card reversed. Sorry, I said Five of Cups. I meant Five of Pentacles. And Knight of Swords. This is clarifying the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles really embodies... a very, like, I really just want to say, like, a go-getter energy, and this is that, like, go-getter energy in the sense of paving your own path, providing your own sense of justice to your world, because maybe you can't provide it for people outside of you just yet, but you can at least provide some balance and comfort for your world, because you are more than deserving of it, Gemini. Whatever it is you are seeking, you are more than deserving of it. And I feel like it's in the sense of it was always meant for you and meant to find you at the right time. I believe things are always meant to find us at the right time, and we never know what that right time may be. But that's kind of the fun in it, because you can go and have your own fun and wait for that thing that you truly want to come in for you. You're like, alright, I'm gonna trust the universe and trust the timing. And the universe is like, alright, cool, we can go brew that shit up. We can go tell the kitchen to make that food. The best way to give an example of manifesting when it comes to energy and, like, the mindset we want to keep in mind while we go and do stuff and, like, take action towards our manifestation The mentality is like, if you want to tell the universe, oh, I want to manifest this, I want to manifest that. It's like telling a waiter or waitress your order at a restaurant, and you're constantly telling them this, and then you're like, oh, but I don't want it to be like this, and don't make it too spicy, but don't make it like too salty or not salty enough, and you keep bothering them of like how you want this very particular like meal to be prepped or manifestation to be. They're not gonna have time to go tell the kitchen to order, like to make your order, kind of a thing. It's almost like once you're done and you're like, that's what I want, I'm good with that, and it's almost like, all right, you need anything else? The universe asks if you need anything else, and you're like, oh, just a glass of water and I'll be good. And then you sit there and you go do your other things. And it's kind of like sitting there and having those conversations you have with other people at a table when you're waiting for your food. Or if you're at some place with TVs, just shit talking all the weird ass commercials that show up. Or whatever's on the TVs. There's a bunch of shit on those TVs. It's always obviously sports bars like that, but I've seen there's a streamer who went to a bar. It was IRL streaming at a bar that had TVs up, and they put him up on the TV. Because they were like, dude, these girls keep looking over at you. And then they noticed that, like, all of the, like, staff was kind of, like, looking over at him. And they're like, dude, why are they all looking at me? They're looking at me. And, like, he was trying not to turn around. And then all of a sudden he looks up a little bit. And there's a TV, like, really far away from him, like, on the other side of the room. But he can see it pretty clearly. And it's his stream. Up on the TV.
That's pretty funny.
That was hilarious. Ugh. We have King of Cups on the bottom of the deck here. Knight of Cups is what is ending this reading. Are you growing into your own here, Gemini? Are you truly not growing out of your shell, but growing into the, I want to say, shell of your soul? I feel like some of us, when it comes to like recognizing what we want and truly taking action and seeing how, oh, I can actually do this. Like, there's a small, I want to say, transformation that kind of happens within the human soul of like, oh, like I feel different about myself, and the way you handle yourself is a bit different, and not in a bad way. It's just like, oh, like once you realize you can do something, it becomes easier to do, so you are able to do it more often. And I think that's the key to all of this, is just being able to just do things so you know that the repetition of it will provide, like, how do I say this? Practicing something at the end of the day will lead to some form of progression. Even if you aren't training to be a crazy athlete, Olympic athlete, at a specific, like, sport, understanding that the more that, oh, hey, if it's something small of just taking a walk every morning and drinking water a little bit more, your skin's gonna clear up and you're probably gonna lose a little bit of weight. That's just how it works. It's, if you sit there and you water only one plant, but don't water another plant, which one's gonna die first? Because they're all gonna die at some point. We all die. Which one's gonna die first, do you think? It's just kind of an obvious, like, mentality, I think, that's, like, kind of brewing here of, like, you know, the more practice you put into something and the more effort you put into something, the more that you will become skillful and talented at that thing, whatever it may be. It could be something as small as, you know, just being more disciplined with yourself to live a healthier lifestyle, or, hey, I want to practice this thing. I want to practice, I don't know, The easiest examples for me is just I want to practice dancing, or I don't know, someone wants to practice video editing, and it's like just creating something and making sure that you create finished projects every time. You can see your progress through that, and it's actually really interesting to see progress in our creations in order to, I want to say, like, move forward in the skills you want to broaden. We always want to be more talented and skillful at something. And recognizing the more that you do it will lead to more progress in that skill, talent, field, whatever. Recognizing that has been the solution the whole time. Recognizing that has been this key to your heart the whole time. Clarifying the Knight of Cups, which is you setting that sails, you just going and doing things, that energy leads you to the Empress reversed, Queen of Pentacles coming out twice here. Queen of Pentacles is this card, and the Empress card. So, or it's the Empress card, the Queen of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune. On my screen, it's kind of flipped, so I got mixed up. The Empress is a very beautiful card. I love the Empress card in any tarot deck. Oh, that shit is just beautiful. Look at you, Gemini. Gosh. Look at all that cool shit that you were doing and you've created. You know what? People look at you and see you doing you, and they kind of be like, you could really be something one day, and I can't wait to see that happen, because it's almost like people look at you and they're like, I just know you're going to be somebody one day, even if it's just a small local somebody. People are going to really love you and enjoy the craft that you have to bring into the world. And the change that you seek for the world, I feel like, is within this craft, and I think you're seeing that. You're seeing how the change you make within yourself is creating a positive change within other people, and it's not in a, like, hollow, false hope kind of way. It's very like, oh, shit, if this person can do it, I probably could too. And it's almost like, yeah, this person may look all fancy, but there's a sense of Geminis always have, at least the Geminis I'm reading for right now, you have this energy about you of like, yo, you look all fancy, but you have this humble nature to you that's just like, people know that you ain't really trying to bullshit them. There's just something about the energy of a lot of you I'm reading for in this moment. That's not all Geminis. Not everyone's nice. It's just in everything. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Pentacles, which is in reverse, which is probably the best position you ever want to see the Knight of Pentacles in when it comes to moving forward kind of energies. Knight of Pentacles is a very hesitant energy, and right now I'm seeing it as you are seeing hesitancy as opportunity. You see it almost as a finish line and a starting line all at the same time. Like, oh, what? We get to start again. And it's kind of a little bit exciting for you. It's a little bit of work. There's a little discipline and responsibility involved in just anything that we want to do in life. But god damn, that it feels good. And I think that's the biggest thing that makes a difference between a captain and a crewmate when it comes to oh, you see someone just like reining in the sails or taking care of the sails and all that shit. And You have no idea who they are. They could be a crewmate, or who knows? That could be the captain right there. He just likes taking care of his ship. He likes doing things himself. Nothing wrong with that. That's a true captain at the end of the day. And this metaphorical ship is this big metaphor of how you move yourself through life. This path that you're following, this, even if it's the smallest things of getting up and, getting in the shower and taking a walk or drinking more water, just having this small discipline to provide more quality of life for yourself. Because the whole point in wanting better for yourself, Gemini, is you, I feel like, are one of the many signs that has an understanding of what true quality of life is. When it's a true, like, intuitive, aligned, in tune with yourself, Gemini, you don't got any egotistical bullshit clouding your mind. You have no judgment for just life in general. It's just life is just life at the end of the day, and it can be good, it can be bad, but it just is. Having that collective understanding helps other people see that they can have the quality of life that you are striving for yourself. And that's where that energy of, like, if they can do it, I can do it too. But it's all about, right now in this reading, there's a quality of life that's being strived for, and you have the passion to hold the weight of 1,000 people's dreams, hopes and dreams. You don't even have to hold them. It's more of like, people hold hope in their own heart because they watch you pursue something that I didn't even think that I could pursue that thing out there. I didn't even think that that was possible. I didn't even know Gemini could do all that. I mean, I guess if they're really, like, putting themselves out there and they're keeping consistency, you know what? I'm kind of not surprised, and I'm kind of proud of them at the same time. There's a very big energy of anytime you're putting yourself out there in the work that you want to do, you have a lot of people, whether it's people watching over you, energies watching over you, or people surrounding you in your environment, in your communities, are fucking proud of you and proud of all of the fucking work that you've put into it. All of the things that you've been doing. Every single thing. Every little bit of effort that you've put into your life. I know the universe sees it. And I know people really close to you, important to you, see it. And I think that's a big thing that matters. And for some of you who may have not have had a deep conversation with the people who are really important to you, who know you deep down, you may not have talked to them for a while, but they still know you. They're so proud. They're so proud of you, is this energy I'm feeling. Like, they just hear little bits of, like, oh, this is what Gemini's doing, and yeah, they just went out and did this, and they're doing that, and they're like, oh, really? That's so cool. Tell them I think that they're doing amazing, and congrats, I'm proud of them, blah, 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 blah. Like, I feel like people really just want to express their praise for how hard that you've worked in life, and this big energy of, you fucking deserve it. Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought that was a fly. It was the candle smoke. The candle smoke went, like, black for a second. I thought it was a fly. I know, but the way it hit my peripheral vision, it looked like it was, like, a fly, like, right here in my face. It was a little spooked. I just want to say thank you. Thank you. And thank you, Gemini, for being yourself. Really striving to, like, do that shit. Through all of those things that you've been through. And you said, you know what? I'm done just sitting out in the cold out here. I don't want to do this no more. And it's not even I'm tired of this grandpa. That's too damn bad. There's no grandpa here. You say, I'm tired of this grandpa, And then you're saying, well, that's too damn bad for the church. They're gonna have to deal with my ass just trying to warm up in there. Because that's usually what the Five of Coins symbolizes, is this is like a church that's like super warm, but this person's out in the cold, and warmth is just a doorstep away. May not be your exact home, but it gives you a start. And I think that's the true nature in this whole reading is, well, at least it gets me a start, and I can work with that, and you're fine with that, because, well, whatever gets this ship moving, because I'm this captain of my own ship. I got all these things that I've created, and even probably had to repair and make things yourself for your own ship, really learn a lot of different, like, skills and talents to be, like, a real captain who knows their shit. Learning to be proud of yourself through all of this is another step, I think, that is going to be what you're leading into. You're very proud of yourself already, but don't feel like it's, like, a bad thing to feel. Who fucking cares? Of course it's selfish. Who fucking cares? We all gotta be selfish in order to live our own lives and to basically, like, wipe our own ass. As silly as it sounds. But you really there's the energy of, like, you really want this, don't you? And you're sitting here like, I got all of this shit here, like, what do you mean I want this? I got it. I'm doing it. It's not just a want anymore. This is my thing. Like, I do. This is what I do. And embody that entirely throughout all of this. All of this, all of this, all of this. And to that, I say cheers to you, Gemini, and thank you for letting me read your cards. This was a very, very beautiful reading. Thank you. I knew it came out twice. Sorry, we have Five of Pentacles came out twice. Queen of Pentacles came out twice. This Five of Pentacles card, actually, this card specifically, came out twice. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 different Knight cards. So we have the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Swords, the Knight of Cups, and the Knight of Pentacles. You have all 4 elements in your reading here. And then for the major arcana, we have the Star, Justice, and the Empress surrounding the Queen of Pentacles. And then the last one at the end here is the Wheel of Fortune. I like how the Star, Justice, and Empress kind of, like, form this little, like, V here around the Queen of Pentacles. This barrier of knowledge, I want to say, and enlightenment and protection and the path you want. Because it's you who chooses where to go from here. So if you don't want to go down the difficult path, well, shit, you don't gotta go through that storm. But it's almost like if you gotta go through a storm to get to a certain place you want to be, alright, prepare. Prepare for that storm. That's if you want it that way, but it's... everyone wants a different thing. Some people don't really want to go through the storms to get to the other side. Some people embrace the storms, like a lot of Vikings and Nordic people back in the day. They were out on those fancy little ships, and they embraced that shit. They said, that is our god, just up there doing whatever. I know that there's funny, I think they're kind of funny, silly clips from the show on History Channel, Vikings. There's, like, clips of them out on the boats and just yelling up to their gods. It's just kind of silly. But some people, like, enjoy that kind of thing. And it's just finding what you like, what you enjoy, that path that you enjoy, and going with the flow no matter what. Because there is a tide. There's a certain way to the water that every captain kind of finds their finesse with through the way of the waters of life. Everyone finds their little, like, finesse through all the little weird turns and waves and shit. We all find our way at some point. But shit, you can't lie that has to get complicated before it gets better. Otherwise, how will we know what's better for us if we don't understand what's bad for us? But we don't gotta go through shitty things to understand what's bad for us. Sometimes we just have to understand, like what we were talking about earlier. I don't know if I was talking about this in the recording. It's probably before I hit record. We were talking about semi-trucks and how some people genuinely don't know that semi-trucks and trucks in general do not brake the same way that cars do. They do not have the same brakes. For a semi-truck to hit their brakes, there's about, like, 10 seconds of lag time? Is it, like, 10 to 14 seconds of lag time?
For a stream?
For semi-truck brakes.
Oh. Sorry.
Or is it, like, shorter than that, like 4 to 10 seconds?
I think you're right that it's about 10 seconds.
It's on an average about, like, 10 seconds. Depending on how fast the semi is going, and there are times where semis literally have to bail their semi truck, and like there are I know of places in my home state, Pennsylvania, since it's very like hilly and mountainy. There are highways that have these really long chutes, it just goes up to nowhere, and it is for semi-trucks that have any sort of malfunction go on or any sort of accident that may happen. They can point their truck in a direction and it can just go that way, and they pretty much let gravity kind of take it, and then it will somehow just kind of it will just let physics take it into the forest and not into a whole 5-person family in a minivan. And a lot of people don't know that. There's a lot of people out there that don't know that. Oh. Sorry, I'm making sure my my feetsies are all warm because they're cold. Got a blanket on here. That is genuinely all I have for you, Gemini. I think I wanted to say a little more to like the people just don't know things, but I feel like you guys kind of understood what I'm saying there. I don't need to explain it to you like you're 3 years old. I just know that I feel the need to explain certain cards, so people who don't know tarot can kind of just like understand where I'm getting like the reading from, kind of a thing. So I say we have a card of this plus this and this. And this is what it equals. This plus that minus that equals that. Or this times that plus that equals that. Who knows? Whatever the tarot would like to share, that's what it has for you. So thank you for being here, Gemini. Thank you for watching, anyone that was watching live. This is recorded for YouTube, so if you are watching this in the future times, thank you for watching. Also, I apologize for any lag. Not my fault. I just know the audio comes through just fine, and the only time that we'll have any issues with like things cutting out is if my stream were to like completely disconnect and things like that. So either way, we did your reading. If it cuts out now, you heard what you needed to hear. That's all I have for you. Thank you for being here. And we are not ending on the stream. We are going to get into the Aquarius reading soon, but stay tuned for that if you are still here. If you're not, if you're watching in the future times on YouTube, thank you for watching. I will see you all later. And did I say my outro? I think I did. I'm going to say it again. because I really hope everyone out there has a decent, good or decent, can't be perfect, day or night, wherever you are in this little space rock of ours. Thank you for watching. I'll see ya. Bye.